Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, March 15th, 2023, and beware the Ides of March. So, for those that don't know, that expression essentially means stuff goes wrong in March. Great astronomical shifts happen in March. And the reason that this expression came about is because today is the anniversary of when Julius Caesar was murdered. And it seems like the market is echoing that with what's going on in the banking system. So I'll get to that in a minute. And then actually at the end of the video, I have something special. So I've been kind of stingy with sharing information about our company. I guess I should say my companies. So yesterday, and actually going back to Monday, we did a very interesting advertising campaign that I'm going to share with you at the end of this video. So that'll be cool. I think it gives you guys some great ideas to anyone that wants to replicate something like this. It was very affordable, and I think it created a ton of buzz. So I'll share that with you guys at the end of the video. Let's get into the business news though. So the stock market is in free fall. The Dow Jones, as of 10:15 a.m. right now, this is a late post, is down 668 points. S&P is down 71. NASDAQ is down 142. Our old friend, my favorite indicator on earth, gold, is up to 1931. So those are starting to look like some scary numbers. So what is this all about? If you guys haven't heard, Credit Suisse, Swiss bank, is facing some major issues right now. So normally, I don't think this would be as big of a story as it is. Why it's a huge story right now is because of all the banking issues we're having, right? SVB is still in everybody's mind. It hasn't even been a week yet. And now we have another bank now internationally that's affecting the markets. So what happened with Credit Suisse is this. The banks had issues for a number of years now, and they've been trying to restructure. In their most recent quarter, they had a fairly bad quarter. So they were down 7.9 billion in the last quarter, which is the worst that they've had since the 2008 financial crisis. So we're talking about almost 15 years since they had a quarter this bad. And they've had a lot of regulatory issues in Europe. And because of that, they have been seeking a lot of fundraising and a lot of backing to restructure. Most of that fundraising came from Saudi Arabia, the Bank of Saudi Arabia. And yesterday it was announced that the Saudi bank is not going to back them anymore. It's not going to invest anymore. Now that sounds scary, but it actually technically isn't. So the reason this is happening isn't necessarily because Saudi banks are seeing concern with the company. Quite the opposite. I think they're perfectly fine where they are. The reason they're not doing anything is because of regulatory issues. So they currently own, I saw one article that said 9.8. I saw another article that said 9.9% of the bank. Once they pass the 10% threshold, it means stricter regulations both internationally, within Switzerland, and possibly back at Saudi Arabia. So for that reason, there is no point to increase any more stakes in the bank because it's just not worth the trouble for them. So that's why they're not going to be investing any more in the banking system of Switzerland. But the way that reads is, oh no, their biggest supporter isn't going to be giving them any more money. This is really something that should have been understood a while ago, probably in the last quarter, but now it's just coming to fruition. However, it is having massive repercussions on the rest of the market. So here in the United States, we are down, but in Europe, they are down even further. So I'm going to pull up the statistics here. It looks like my article refreshed. But in Europe, there are several banks from France. I'm going to probably mispronounce this name, but Société Générale, Spain's Banco de Sabadell, and Germany's Commerzbank are all down significantly. They are feeling the brunt of it, as well as Unicredit and Montepaschi. Here locally, the banks are down as well. So we're getting hit hard in the financial sector. Deutsche Bank is down 9%. JP Morgan is down 3%. Goldman is down 4%. Wells Fargo is down 4%. Citi is down 5%. So the banking sector is definitely feeling a crunch. Even us here, our own banks, we're getting a little concerned just simply because we were planning to do some financial restructuring possibly this year and probably some new acquisitions. So the question is there going to be a credit crunch? I think what's going to happen with the Federal Reserve is really interesting. So if you guys saw my video yesterday, I was very upset. I was kind of ranting at what the Fed was doing with SVB. So my rant was all about this. The Fed is trying to more or less break the economy. They're not saying it so crudely, but in more eloquent terms, they are trying to cool the economy one way or another. SVB is the victim of that, right? SVB happened because of mismanagement, but more than anything else, it's because of such fast changing financial markets. The Fed is raising interest rates at astronomically fast rates, quicker than the banking system could adapt, and it broke. So my argument was there shouldn't be any bailouts. Now, people are going to say, well, what are you talking about? Janet Yellen said there's not going to be any bailouts. Well, she said that depositors are going to be credited even if their funds are uninsured. So even with funds above $250,000. I argue that should not be happening. There's the moral argument of this is capitalism. But that aside, I think there's a bigger question here, and that is, what was the point of raising these interest rates and trying to break something if when it breaks, you just put it back together and it's a net zero? So my argument was, let them burn. That's crude, but it kind of has to happen. The companies that bank with them, 93% of the companies that hold funds at SVB have funds above $250,000. So these are companies that have good financial standing. They'll be able to figure it out. Sorry, I'm at work, so the phone's going to be ringing like crazy. But they'll figure it out, and we'll go from there. The other thing, I'm sorry, that's super distracting. The other thing I wanted to talk about is why I'm excited about this financial crisis. So the financial crisis right now that's going on in Europe is actually kind of good because the Fed can't directly bail anyone out, right? The Fed is only a United States-based company. So now, not company, but private banking system. So now stuff happening in Europe, obviously the United States Federal Reserve can regulate local markets to compensate, but they can't go in there straight with bailouts. So honestly, I think this is a good thing. Even though it's going to kind of cause some major issues in the economy, this is kind of what we've been waiting for to try to cool inflation in one way or another, especially since inflation isn't just a local issue, it's an international issue. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about as far as the Fed. Now, I want to show you guys what I was working on. So Monday night, for one of my businesses, I posted the following video. Hey guys, tomorrow is Pi Day, March 14th. So at Oral Design, we're going to do something very special. If you can come into one of our offices by end of day tomorrow and name Pi to 25 digits, you will get $1,000 good towards any service. You can do it at any of our locations at Mill Creek, Holiday, or our laboratory. You have to do it by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Good luck. Then, the very next day, it was almost the end of the day when all of a sudden, a young woman came into one of our offices, and she did this. Okay, so your name is Lisa, and you say you know pi to 25 digits. Let's do it.
Okay. 3.141592653589793238462643383279502884197169. Was that more than?
That's more than 25. You got it. So congratulations. You just won $1,000 worth of service.
Yay!
Sweet. So she got it. She won the grand prize. I was very excited by this. Honestly, I was not expecting it. I thought I was throwing out a challenge that was going to be impossible to fulfill. I didn't think anyone actually knew pi to 25 digits, but she did, and she did it flawlessly. The amazing thing is, even though we are technically out $1,000, it was a fantastic campaign. So across Instagram, Facebook, and mostly TikTok, we got a ton of feedback off of it. We had close to 7,000 views. We had something like 300 likes. We had multiple comments. I think we got like 20 different comments in less than a 24-hour period of people searching for us, asking where we are, which location they can go into. So it stimulated a ton of response. Last year, we did a billboard campaign where we were paying out $8,000 to $9,000 a month, and it did not have the response that this advertisement campaign did. Full disclosure, how much I spent $50 to promote the ad, and the cost of the $1,000 grand prize, it only is going to end up costing about probably $300 as far as cost to the business, because we're getting rid of all the markups and everything else. The raw cost is probably going to be about $300. So for about $350, I got 7,000 people looking at my ad. It was a fantastic response. I'm very happy with it. I'm going to be doing more stuff like that. I think it's a great idea for any business that is looking to do it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I will be sharing more of my content, more of my advertising campaigns to hopefully give you guys ideas. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you have a great day. Hang in there. It's going to be a difficult day, but like I said, I think this is good for the economy. I think this is good. We kind of need this. Comment if you disagree. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.